But I think that could be one of the reasons why you are also one of the LinkedIn top voices. And again,
I don't know the reason, because like people message me saying, how do you get top points? And I'm just like, I think you should ask the organization which releases the statement, because it's not something I applied for. And
Mhm.
it was a goal, I won't lie. It was a goal, but it was like something that I get like 2 to 3 years later. It wasn't for this year at all. So when I
Mhm.
got the email, I was like really, really, really like I squealed with joy. But the thing is, I had to keep it confidential for so long.
Mhm.
And so I told all my non-LinkedIn friends about it. Yeah, yeah, but like that was really overwhelming. I think, I mean, I'm very grateful that they thought that my content is worth it. I think there are so many creators, and considering that India is the second largest user base, there's a lot of content coming in. So
Right.
I'm very grateful. And I don't know, like, are you going to ask me next, like, what is your advice for content on LinkedIn?
No, definitely not. I think everybody should frame their opinion and their things, and they should learn themselves. Like, I'm still not at my phase to how to write good post on LinkedIn or what to write on LinkedIn that works well.
I just think that you just need to like make it as crisp as possible. Like this is something I tell all my core students, that you're in an attention economy and people are spoiled with good content. So the way to stand out is to literally feed them goodness, like make it easy to read, easy to learn from, and have a takeaway point with it. If you're not adding value or at least entertaining, if that's your forte, then like nobody is going to read your stuff. If you're writing huge paragraphs, nobody is going to read your stuff. You have to cater to the attention economy. And I think it's easier, right? Like now we don't need to use big words that we were taught in school. We just have to write very simply.
Yes,
So that's all it really is.
yeah, I think with you have to find your the right TG, and then you have to be with them in what works well with them. How do you express best of the things, and uh,
Right.
give a sense of like things and what they are looking for answers for in the best way possible. I think what is simply understandable by them. Yeah. But my question was simply was another was on a different note. It was around uh, since you mentioned that you don't even know, and the right thing is to ask the organization how they decide, or what is that journey, since you did not apply to that thing.
Right.
But how things changed by like after you got it, uh, like as you mentioned, it was overwhelming, and then you have to
Mm.
keep it confidential. But what was all?
I think my favorite part was like rather petty. It was a lot of my ex-colleagues telling me, oh, like you're doing something. Because the thing is, I was a junior most and
Mhm.
I didn't have the most positive experiences in like throughout my job experience. So, like for them to tell me, oh, like we saw this, and whereas they used to think that I'm literally doing nothing with my life. So, that was like, I don't know, it just felt good. And see, like I told my parents, they honestly didn't even understand what it means. So there was a zero.
Even my parents
uh,
don't understand what I do.
yeah. So that did not really matter as much. How things changed was I think that putting it on my bio, like under my name, whatever that description is called, I think that adds like a lot of credibility when
Exactly.
somebody is reaching out for potential work opportunities. I think that's great. Like they think you're really good and things like that. Whereas I think there are like a lot of better people, but they think that way. So that's good. But I'm not sure how it helps. It's definitely gratifying. Personally, it's a motivator for me to come back to the platform because I've been recognized. But because I don't do much freelancing, I don't think I'm going to be able to answer with the fact that does it bring you like better gigs or something.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. Probably.
So there could be scenarios, matlab, you're not sure, but maybe clients might have seen the LinkedIn profile and they might have.
Yeah, could have. Also, the thing is, I have 21,000 requests right now. So I'm sure I'm missing out on a lot of good opportunities. But it's not humanly possible for me to go through even 1,000 of them, because even that will take a lot of time.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm not able to answer about it.
Yeah, in that case, I like fingers crossed, I'm the lucky one who got this request accepted. But but yeah, yeah,
I usually try that every request that has a private note, I approve that one. But I didn't check my request for a month when I was traveling, so that kind of piled up.
hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, but things happen, and then But moving on, like since you um, mentioned that you have a good enough experiences in terms of writing content, writing blogs on Medium, or getting like working for clients in terms of content part. So, as a person who wants to move into this domain, how do they get the validation? Like, is it right space for me, or is it something that can be a good opportunity for me? Like, where it should give that?
Well, firstly, if I think like if somebody only does it because they see, because like freelancers on LinkedIn make a lot of noise about how much they're earning.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, that's great. I think India as a whole needs to be more transparent because people across the world are more transparent about salaries. And for some reason, India is not. So I love that. But somebody else sitting in a corner should not get motivated only because they see money, because it's not going to work out that way.
Mm-hmm.
So the best thing to do is write 50 articles, because chances are first 50 articles will be absolutely crap,
Okay.
because if it was that easy, everybody would be earning well, everybody would be a writer.
Yeah,
But see,
exactly.
like when you tell somebody to do that, most people will not even write that, which means they will not even bother to build their portfolio,
Mm-hmm.
which means that they're probably not set to become writers. You
Okay.
have to enjoy it. Like I have published by now like 395 articles on Medium. This is not counting the offline writing that I've been doing since I was 7 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and publishing my newsletters, publishing content on LinkedIn or Twitter, on 5 years that I wrote on Instagram. It doesn't even count all of that. This is just what I've done in like last 2 years. So that probably means that I really enjoy writing, which is why I show up.
Mm-hmm.
So about validation, you have to see first that do you enjoy it, and then build a portfolio. Because if you pitch, even if somebody pitches to me saying, please hire me, I wanna, in fact, in the introduction message, see that, okay, like this is the work I've done, or like these are the results my client has got, and this is the work that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I think having a portfolio helps. And it's very difficult, it's tiresome, it's not something you get paid to build, but it's a long-term strategy, because that means you will get better paying clients and whatever. Another way to go about it is obviously like personal branding. Like you have to have a portfolio, but also create content on LinkedIn so that people reach out to you,
Mm-hmm.
because they already know that you're good. So that's why they'll reach out to you.
Yeah, they should be able to see, I think, some of the examples in a way where they see that what you are writing is creating that impact. I think when I don't know, it's a true validation or pseudo thing, but when I see a post that has good reactions, then there are positive comments, and there are things that in that post which make sense or which feels relatable.
Right.
I find that good. I think.
Also, another thing is that to not get too attached to the outcome. Like, I see a lot of creators who honestly put content that makes me want to mute them, and they have a lot of reactions.
Mm-hmm.
So good for them. But I also see like really good people putting really good content with 1/10 or like, 5% the reactions. And I think that is better because they probably appeal to a different community and their niche knows their standing.
Correct.
So it's not always about quantity, always chase quality, because if you just think that, okay, this person is doing this and getting likes, so I'm going to do it too. um I don't know, like maybe you'll get popular but you'll not get opportunities. So do you want to be famous or do you want to actually make a living? So that's a choice. Like I never want to be famous, I just want to eventually become wealthy. So that's just a choice to make.
Yeah, and I think that is one of the reasons, at least. I feel that uh, the motivation for the next post, next big thing, next should not be, in my case, let's say number of views or let's say number of comments or this thing. It's just a validation that what you are doing is good, but it should not be the only metric that you look at, and that
Also,
should
like,
not be the.
how is it serving your audience? Like, I've never post something because I want to post it. Ever
Mhm.
since I started taking writing seriously, it's always been that if I tweet this or if I send this newsletter, even if it talks about me, is it going to add value to somebody else's life? And if it's not, then why the hell should they waste their time reading my stuff? And they're coming in today, tomorrow they will not. And I have met people in real life, like they have over like 150K followers on LinkedIn, and they hardly get any likes because they just started focusing on the monetary part.
Yeah.
And people are not stupid, your audience is not stupid.
Yes.
So they know when you're just like fluffing around. So don't be that person. Like, yeah, just be a nice person, I guess,
Yeah.
with good intentions.
At least on LinkedIn, I feel like most of the audience is smart enough to find that. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I think that's the best advice I think on that part. Since we are on a note of LinkedIn, let me start with the questions that what's your favorite social media platform?
Twitter.
Okay. Uh, like what's the best part of in like what's the best hobby like your favorite hobby right now?
I love exercising and eating. Can those be hobbies?
Uh,
Also, like reading. Reading is a hobby, right?
okay. So I think three answers. Like what should be the first
Okay.
one? Okay.
I think reading is a hobby, yeah.
Okay. Cool. So what's your work preference? I think I know the answer, but
Traveling is a hobby. Sorry, yeah, now you can carry.
so should I mark the traveling as the last one as the
Yes, yes.
cool. I think that one for me too, but yeah. Yeah, for the next question, I think I know the answer, but still, for the sake of it, what's your work preference? Work from home or work from office?
Work from home. I love it. I mean, before this podcast, I was taking a nap, so
Mhm.
that sort of explains it
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of different perks, at least for what COVID has made us realize. But yeah,
for sure.
any location preference, India or abroad?
For what? To
Uh,
live or to travel?
both.
To travel abroad, to live India.
Okay. Abroad, any specific one place? Yeah. So as you were mentioning, I think Belgium is one of the nicest place that you gone
Yeah.
through. Uh, cool. Then I will add it to my to go to list because I have never been there. But since you mentioned, I think I should give it a try. Yeah.
For sure.
Cool. What's next? What's next? Do you have any specific preference? Like, I know you are freelancing, but what do you which kind of companies appeal to you most? Like startups or MNCs, big techs?
Uh, None, but if I had to like actually work anywhere, I think Facebook or Google is nice. Because Facebook, I say because I know I had a client who worked at the Facebook office in Bay Area,
Mhm.
and when he told me the life there and the perks, I was so tempted. It was insane. So yeah, that office in Facebook or Google.
I think they have their best offices in Bay Area. Like I have gone to Google office in Bangalore right now, but the difference that you see, the difference that you get to know that Bay Area office has, what are the perks and what are the life over there.
Oh, he told me that on Facebook they have like you can pick out any chargers free of cost. You have multiple cycles. They spoil you so much that you can even take a car
Mhm.
from one building to another.
Mhm.
Then to retain freshers, they give free laundry access so that they can do that in office. There's a salon, and it's really really fancy.
Yeah, and like insane amount of food choices, snacks,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
crazy
it was so
places to
good.
work on. Like it's not like a cubicle or something that you're sitting and constantly staring at.
Right.
The nap rooms that they have, I think the recreational areas.
But he told me that if you're living in Bay Area and like you say you work in Facebook or Google, that's very generic. But if you tell them that you're working in, like say there's Roblox and all these different things, that is what impresses people. Like Facebook and Google and all don't even impress people. That's what like he and even other people have told me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Never
interesting.
realized that. But yeah, a good thing. We'll research on that. But yeah, quickly moving on to the next question. I think more set of personal questions. Are you a mountain person or a beach person?
Beach. I get sick when I go to the mountains, and plus my boarding school was in the mountains, so I've had enough of mountains.
Okay. Any favorite one?
Favorite word,
Beach,
beach.
yeah.
I've hardly been to beaches because I live in 𝐾𝐚𝐲. I think the last beach I went to was in Goa, and before that, like in 2020 in Dubai. So not a favorite beach. They're all the same.
Mhm. But yeah, want to explore more, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Are you I think again I might know the answer, but still, are you a fine dine kind of a person or street food?
Oh, I love golgappe and papdi chaat. So
Yeah. When you like, as soon as you mentioned that you are from Gurgaon, you are near Delhi, and you have to love street food. Like,
yeah,
uh,
exactly.
I thrive on that. I really miss that in Bangalore. Like,
Oh,
um,
now I feel like ordering it after this call. I'm so tempted.
no, the cravings. Yeah, right. But that's the best thing, or maybe the first thing that I do whenever I go back to Delhi. Like,
I
whenever
know.
friends ask, "Let's where should we go out?" I like this street, that street, whatever we used to do in school. Let's
Exactly.
let's
I
go
have like
there.
Om Sweets right next to my house. So even Zomato gives it in like 18 minutes.
Damn lucky, damn lucky. But yeah, cool. Uh, Again, next question: Are you a cat person or dog person? Up
I'm
up
scared of
to you.
animals.
Okay, then
I like watching videos of both of that counts, but I'm very scared. I was almost bitten by a dog in three different times. Like, so that's why I'm very fearful. But like, I know that they're very loving. So if I had to keep one, probably dog.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, with this we come to the end of this lineup. I
Oh, I wish now you had more questions.
I know, right? Yeah. uh, I feel like there's this is a good limit like where you should stop because as you started mentioning you will get nervous. I was getting nervous that but yeah, that's the question. That's all that I have. But really liked and enjoyed the podcast. I think audience will enjoy it too. They got a lot of
I hope
information.
so. I
Yeah,
really enjoyed it. So I hope they do as well.
yeah, exactly. And any last advices or tips for the audience?
Well, I would just say that literally a lot of things which we don't think of every day are achievable,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes a lot of internal programming to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you really want to do something different, if you really want to make it big, then you have to program your mind first and everything else, and then take a step. And the second thing I would say is that be a bit more intentional. Life is more fun and filled with a lot more love when you're more intentional and you know why you're doing what you're doing. And that could be like, why do you do a job, or why do you post on Instagram, or why do you post on LinkedIn? It's just better with intention, and audience feels it too. Like sometimes my core students just tell me that they came here because they thought that I'm a good person because that's the vibe I gave.
Mm-hmm.
So just having an intention helps. So yeah, philosophical 2 lines. I wish you wrote me to prepare for this. I would would have come up with more things. But yeah, this is what I think of right now.
Yeah, that's the intention, to get the natural things out. If you are coming prepared, then it defeats the
Yeah,
purpose.
probably.
But yeah, I think I cannot agree more on that part. I definitely second that you have to be more fun. That the good vibes that you give is what you are going to receive, and
Yeah, and
spread the
like
love more.
just there's no point of stressing out about things. Just like, I mean, at the back of my head, I constantly have it in my head that time is finite, time is finite. That keeps going on. And like I'm very aware of the fact that we're gonna die. And like if I say that to somebody, they're like, "Oh, this is such a bad thing to say." But
Mhm.
it's not my opinion, it's a fact.
Yeah,
It's not like because I'm saying something negative, it's literally a fact of life. So just be more aware that time is finite, and then you will, spend it differently if you're mindful that, this is not going to come back,
yeah,
and
exactly.
have fun. That's all.
No, no, I definitely agree that, and yeah, be that's the best part that you have. You should have more fun. You should live more life. Yeah, an audience listening in, I think you should focus on this last words. I think that's where the crux of this podcast lies in, that you should have more fun. You should live your life more. And yes, if you are looking for a job and if you want to move into the tech industry, I would like to introduce the sponsor of this channel, which is Newton School, where they are offering amazing full stack development courses. So if you want to come into the tech part of it, you can register the courses. The link is in the description box below. They have amazing courses, and the best part is it's a zero fee upfront course, so you don't have to pay anything at the start of it. And definitely they teach you from the scratch. They help you with good projects and help you get placed at a startups and MNCs. So yeah, what are you waiting for? Check that out. And also, I would put the LinkedIn link of Niharika in the description box below. You can reach out to her. You can read her posts and learn a lot from them. And she's a very fun person. You can reach out to her. Again, with
Say
the
hi. Send a
yeah,
request and say
yeah,
hi. I found you from Sarthak's podcast.
Yeah, that would be a good help, because if you get lost in that 21,000 requests, you are not getting accepted. So be very sure to like mention that. So thank you so much, audience. Thank you so much, Niharika, for joining for
Thank
this
you.
podcast. Thank you for the time that you took out, and I really enjoyed it. I really loved it.
You as well. Thank you. Thank you for taking your time.
Yeah. And for the audience, I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye. See ya.